the truth. As long as one has not directly experienced that which is beyond time, that which is the truth, they will not have the energy, the ardor, the incentive, the continuous strength needed to work intensely on themselves. In these modern times, aspirants are lukewarm. They do not work on themselves continuously or passionately. This is precisely due to the concrete fact that they have never truly experienced that which is beyond the body, emotions, and the mind, that which is the truth. It is not possible to have the incentive for continuous work on oneself if one has not previously experienced the real. What one feels in the deepest part of their own being is the only thing that can directly experience that which is beyond time. What is on this side of the river, here in the valley of samsara, is what suffers. That which is on the other side of the river is that which is beyond time. It is what it is, and you do not know it. The being of the being is beyond the self, in the garden of love, in that which is beyond time. The being of the being is far beyond the body, emotions, and the mind. We, the brothers of service, suffer greatly for these poor humanoids who live in this valley of sorrows. We want to take them to the other side of the river. Only the body of transformation, the Nirmanakaya, can prepare us for the continuous experience of that which is beyond time. The Nirmanakaya body is received when one renounces nirvana out of love for humanity, but it must be created in the ninth sphere, as you know. The Nirmanakaya body is possessed only by the bodhisattvas of compassion, those who renounced happiness out of love for suffering humanity. Only the Nirmanakaya body, or body of transformation, makes us beings capable of continuously experiencing the real. Many will understand these words intellectually, but they are not conscious of these teachings because they have not directly experienced them. These people do not know what truth is because they have not seen it, because they have not experienced it, because they are not aware of it. Truth is the unknown from moment to moment. Truth is that which is always new. Truth is the timeless. What one feels in their heart, the pain that afflicts them at any given moment, has its roots in time. On the other side of the river is always that which has nothing to do with time. True fullness, authentic happiness, is found on the other side of the river. Families arise in time. They are lost in time. They are always subjective, unconscious, and suffer greatly. Human groups appear and disappear in time. They are dead who live. These shadows of the past are ghosts who cry and project themselves through the alleyway of the present toward the future. Shadows of yesterday projecting into the future through the alleyway of the present. Among those shadows of time exist many conflicts. Subjective conflicts of the groups that cry, as you know. Poor unconscious beings that appear and disappear like ghosts in time. What is behind ourselves, in the innermost depths, is the being. Only the being of the being can directly experience the truth. The myself is on this side of the river. The being is on the other side of the river. The myself is worthless, it is the perishable. The being is the imperishable, that which is always new. The myself is complicated, unconscious, and painful. The being is simple, happy, and conscious. The myself is a knot that must be untied. The being is perfect plenitude. The various painful circumstances of life could never exist beyond time. To feel what one must feel, what no one understands, what the one who feels ignores, what is not worth feeling, is truly to be awake. Beyond the feeling one considers so real, there is another feeling that people do not understand. Beyond the light, there is the light of the light. Beyond intelligence, there exists the intelligence of intelligence. Beyond fire, there exists the fire of fire. Only the highest degree of prajnaparamita intuition can directly experience what is called sunyata. Every bodhisattva who possesses the glorious body of Nirmanakaya has once directly experienced the illuminating void, the sunyata. Suchness. Far beyond the illuminating void and the machinery of relativity, there exists suchness, which is totality. The illuminating void is the vestibule to suchness. Whoever experiences the illuminating void, if they do not return terrified, enters into suchness. The mystic retreats terrified from the illuminating void when they have never gone through Buddhist annihilation. In the ocean of uncreated light, not being is real being. One truly is what one believes they are not. To be something that one believes they are not is to be truly. If all things are reduced to unity, what is unity reduced to? Undoubtedly, unity is reduced to all things. To state this emphatically is easy, to comprehend it is a bit more difficult, but not impossible. To feel it, to experience it directly, to live it is nearly impossible. Those who have ever gone through such a mystical experience know what the illuminating void is. Only they, the few, know directly that which is beyond the body, emotions, and the mind, that which is the truth. To intellectually affirm that we are the tree, the bird that flies, the fish, the sun, the suns is very easy. To identify with the tree, with the bird, with the fish, with the sun, with the suns, in a state of ecstasy and then feel oneself being all of that is very simple and within reach of any enlightened mystic. It is very simple. To truly be the tree, the bird, the fish, the sun, the suns, is nearly impossible. It is sunyata, the experience of the illuminating void. For our readers' understanding, we will say that one thing is to identify with the tree, and another entirely is to be the tree. In sunyata, the direct experience of the illuminating void, one truly is the tree, the bird, the fish, the sun, the suns, the world, the worlds, everything that is, has been, and will be. When one has ego, the essence returns like Aladdin's lamp to the bottle, to the interior of the ego. Thus, one loses, sunyata, the mystical experience of the real. It is precisely in sunyata that one directly experiences that which is truth. In sunyata, the essence moves freely within the bosom of the illuminating void. The drop submerges into the ocean of that which no one understands. What truly is never understood by those who live in time. What the essence experiences terrifies the ego frighteningly. To be everything and not be someone is terrifying to those who retreat from Buddhist annihilation. The authentic happiness of the being horrifies the ego. In sunyata, there exists an element that radically transforms. Whoever has once experienced sunyata will work intensively on themselves, never faltering. In the illuminating void, one feels what can never be expressed in words. What is felt in the being causes pain to the ego. The being and the ego are incompatible. They are like water and oil, they can never mix. In sunyata, the drop dilutes more and more into the great ocean. It extends terribly. Where will it take us? The hurricane howls through the mountain gorges. The sea lashes the shore, the earth trembles in its depths. All of this is but fleeting incidents, vain flutters, slight vibrations that are lost in that which is beyond the body, emotions, and the mind. In the great ocean, consciousness dilutes, extending terribly. It is river, it is sea, and much more than all of that. All that depth is terribly divine. Oceans without shores. The gods are merely waves of light in the deep ocean of that which has no name. The superlative consciousness of being expands, terrifyingly extending itself, sensing that in the end, it must lose itself in something even deeper. If the ego didn't exist, all possibility of terror would be more than impossible. Unfortunately, the ego still exists and fears Buddhist annihilation. It is precisely the self that transmits its pernicious vibration to the superlative consciousness of being. Then the mystic exclaims, "And I? What will become of me?" The mystic fears ceasing to exist, is horrified. They know they must lose themselves in the thusness, the totality. This is how satori, ecstasy, samadhi is lost, and one returns to the inner self. How few successfully withstand Buddhist sunyata. In reality, THUSNESS is far beyond the universe, beyond relativity. Unquestionably, thusness is also far beyond the illuminating void. The universal machinery of relativity and its opposite, the illuminating void, are merely the opposites of that which is, and yet is not. Thusness is the synthesis of these opposites, that which exists beyond all possible existence. Undoubtedly, that which exists beyond all possible existence is truly that which absolutely is, not for the mind. The illuminating void is merely the vestibule of wisdom. You know this. The one who writes this experienced the illuminating void 3 consecutive times. Essence and personality. The essence submerged in the illuminating void experiences what no one else experiences. When the drop submerges into the great ocean of light, it perceives what people never perceive. What is real to the essence does not concern people. In the illuminating void, the essence perceives and transmits. What the essence perceives reaches the human personality. At those moments, the emotional and motor centers unite with the intellectual center. The mystical experiences of the essence during ecstasy, when received by the intellectual center, also inform the emotional and motor centers. This is due to the integration of the 3 centers during deep ecstasy. Thanks to all these psychic processes, when ecstasy concludes and the essence returns to the body's interior, the memories of what we experienced in the absence of the self are not lost. In reality, what the essence experiences in the absence of the self is the happiness of that which is not and yet is. The great bliss of fullness. Then we move beyond time into that which no one understands. Pure feeling, but illuminated by something that subjective reason ignores. A feeling that is not a feeling but is a feeling. A terribly profound feeling, in that which no one understands. A feeling of the feeling, transformed into concrete facts, yet unknown to mere subjective reasoning. Light in the light, intelligence far beyond all possible intelligence. The question of questions that only the Dharmakayas can understand. Blessed are those who possess the glorious body of the Dharmakayas. Those perfect beings move exactly beyond good and evil. Blessed creatures, those clothed with the essence body of being, dwell in the geometric zone existing between the universe of relativity and the illuminating void. It is written in the Book of Life that the Dharmakayas of the Great Law must first pass through the state of Sambhogakaya, those who move through all the regions of the universe before their final liberation, are blessed with the body of enjoyment, the marvelous vehicle of Sambhogakaya. Undoubtedly, before receiving the gateway to the universe, we must settle accounts with the treasury a little beyond Eon 13, you know this. The Dharmakayas with the essence body, or law body, after settling accounts in the treasury, submerge into the illuminating void, and subsequently enter the thusness. V. M. Samael Aun Weor.